What is up, all you gamers out there? Today we're going to be doing a little something different than what we're used to doing. Usually we take a look at Facebook games or connect to Facebook games, but today going to go back into, I think this game was released in 2008, I'm not entirely sure, 2008, 2009, but it was actually shut down because the company went under, belly up, sold the game, but somebody actually took a hold of the license and they restarted it back up, and it is now free to play online. The game is completely unlocked, but of course there is a, I guess you could say, certain items that you need to purchase. You know, they're really small fee to progress very long in the game. I'm just gonna log in here real quick. We're just going to go in here and check it out and show you a little bit what's changed about the game. And for those of you who have never experienced Hellgate, we're actually going to do a little gameplay footage and show you how it goes. As you can see, I've put a little bit of time into this game. Made a couple of Blade Masters, because the first one I messed up on, but yeah, that's not very important. Going to go ahead and log in over here. Just going to run through a few quests and introduce you to the UI and show you all the features that it has to offer here. It's a, I guess you could say, a 3D MMORPG, but it's more action based than a traditional games. You know, it's not like WoW or anything. Everything's a lot more fast paced. The cooldowns aren't, you know, you don't gotta wait 30 seconds or 3 minutes to use some cool cooldowns, but yeah, they're got holiday decorations up, so you can see that the whoever, I think it's Hannibit, actually took over for the production for this game, and they're still here. They add things every now and then. Their most recent major addition was an entirely new zone. It's called Tokyo. It's I've never been there myself. When I get a little farther and progress in this game, I'll probably do another video showing everything about it. But it's for those of you who've never played it, it's basically Diablo 2 in a 3D graphic setting. With the storyline, it's pretty similar to what Diablo 2 was. The rifts of hell have opened up and basically taken over the entire world, and it's up to you and your group of heroes to put an end to it all. But of course, this being an MMORPG, the strife never ends. There's always some bad guys to take out and kill, so. And like I said, things get added every once in a while, so there's always new content to explore and everything. The most weirdest thing about this game is you have your UI down here at the bottom, but in order to actually access it, you have to hold the Alt key, and you could select any of these icons here. You can see the chat box down here, and there's a few people chatting, so there are quite a few people who play this game. They're pretty nice and helpful. If you need help with anything, just ask a question in there, and somebody usually replies to help you out. So right now we're going to pull up the character screen. This is what you see when you press the I hotkey. Brings up your inventory and your character. Shows all your stats on the right hand side, your inventory on the left hand side, what you have equipped here in the center. What's really nice is you can actually have 3 different sets of weapons, which is very nice. Depending on your situation, you'll actually need different sets of weapons. Typically with the Blade Master, you want to do dual wielding, some decent swords with the right mods on it, and you could be pretty badass. Blade Master is all about setting up, getting as much crit as you can, do as much damage as you can. One of the best builds out there is actually what they call the crit build, and it's based off the whirlwind skill. You just basically max out your crit as much as you can, invest a lot of skill points into whirlwind, a few other skills, and you can actually go to town and wreak havoc on it. Their survivability is not as good as, say, a guardian or a summoner or an evoker, because they really lack defensive skills. They're more about all out raw damage. Gonna mouse over some of these items, take a look at some of the mods on them, and a lot of it can be pretty overwhelming to someone who's never played either RPGs or even this game, because there's a lot of new, unique things that are in this game that traditional RPGs really just don't have in there. I don't know how well you can see that but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty well. This armor has this. This is actually the shield I'm wearing. I've got equipped Techsmith Protector. It tells you how much shield it offers, how much armor it has, and how much physical damage it does. This physical damage from a shield, some of your abilities as a Blade Master can actually cause damage. But this shield right here that I'm have equipped looks like it's more for a Guardian, because they have an ability called Shield Turn, which basically is a 360-degree turn that does damage with that skill, and the damage of that is based on the damage of your shield. But as you can see, it has 127 armor, 124 shields. The amount of armor and shields do stack across all of your items. And a few of the mods here is add 100 stun defense, 37 armor, shield turn 2, that's a skill that I was talking about, and add stamina. The most complicated thing about all of this equipment is the equipment costs. As you can see down here, it says the equipment cost for the shield, 10 strength, 22 stamina. Each item, let's hover over another item over here. You see this one has a red circle with a line through it saying that I can't equip it. And the reason why is because of the equip cost in red, which I believe that says 36 strength. I don't have enough strength. If you take a look over here on my attribute side, I currently have 85 strength, but when I mouse over it, the number right beneath that 85 turns to 110, and the whole bar is red, which means if I wanted to equip these leg armors, I'd have to have 110 strength. You gain attribute points every time you level up. You invest in it. I believe it's 5 points every time you level up, very similar to Diablo. So the ideal way to play this game is actually don't invest any points into attributes until you get items that you would prefer to wear, and then that's how you know where you'd want to put your items. A little bit more information over here shows your base statistics, how much health I have, health regeneration rate, power. Power is basically this game's mana system or magic system. Controls how often you can use your skills. Shows your recharge rate, your movement speed, your critical hit chance. Mine's pretty low. I built this Blade Master not knowing really how to play it very well, because the game's just too damn fun that I really didn't even care. I was having a blast. That's why I have 2 Blade Masters too, because the first one I made wasn't no good. So this is actually my second run through with this Blade Master. Got a lot of more information about it, and I feel a lot better about this one than I did the other one. So, critical hit damage 40% and 133% for the left and right. And then you've also got factions in this game. I honestly haven't progressed far enough into this game to really know what these factions mean. I'm assuming you get some kind of a bonus or different loot options based on your ally ranking with them. You also have battle information. I'm assuming this is for PvP. Every once in a while, now the PvP isn't open. You can't, from what I understand, you can't do PvP anytime you want. You have to wait for these PvP events, and I think they do one once a week maybe, where anybody can join. Like I said, I've never been in it, so I don't know anything about it or how it goes. But this lists all your information about your PvP. And of course you have your defensive stats, your shield, your armor, and your defenses. These kind of work like the elemental defenses from Diablo 2, where you had your fire, lightning, ice, or cold, I believe it was called. Except in this game they're stun, ignite, shock, phase, and poison. Poison is pretty self-explanatory. You take damage over time. Phase and shock, I believe, can actually, one of those two actually prevent you from using skills while you're under a shock or phase effect. And then of course ignite, you're on fire, and stun, self-explanatory again, you're stunned. Options, come over here, you can allow inspection, hide your helmet, hide enchantment effects such as, let's see, I could switch to, I don't know if I can, yes I can. It'll hide those effects like on my sword you have here. It'll hide those. And you also can unlock different titles you get as you progress through the game. And you can divide XP to levels and ranks, but ranks don't come in until after you hit max level, and then you start gaining ranks. Kind of like the Paragon system from Diablo 3. The main currency in the game is Palladium. You get that from killing mobs, doing quests. T-coins is the currency that you use to buy items that you can't necessarily get easily through killing mobs, and it's pretty necessary if you want to progress through the game, which of course you need to buy at the cash shop in order to do things like progress to the third act, beyond the third act, and access their new content that they do. I'm not too sure what event or battle is, but the loot slots are the character equipment slots. You've got your basic, you know, head, shoulders, knees and toes, all that jargon. You also got a necklace, bracelet, body armor, and mask. I'm assuming these are just for decoration. They don't have any impact on your character. But aside from the 3 different weapon equipment slots that you have here, it's pretty basic in terms of weapon equipment. And we've already taken a look at the mods, and a lot of this equipment that I have here are these health potions. They call them injectors here. You also have power and potions, and then you've got your shield booster, which can actually temporarily boost the defenses for, you know, they have different ones for each of these defense types. And then of course there is a quite extensive crafting system in this game. It's nothing too great. You know, you can find plans as you kill monsters. You can break down your loot instead of selling them, which gives you materials to craft items. So gonna open up the cash shop here, or the premium shop, I'm sorry. It shows up on the left hand side here. It's kind of weird how it shows up, but you get used to it after a while. Got different sections here. And of course they got the common crap where you buy this and you gain additional XP for so long. But you can also actually buy this on the auction house. The lesser versions of them, I guess you'd say. There is an auction house, and it's all in-game currency. There is no real money auction house. The only way you can do it through real money is if you use T-coins that go through the premium shop. I usually like to come on here and grab a few consumables and upgrade my weapons if I'm not finding anything that I can equip because I don't meet the feed requirements. So you also have a stash over here, and you've got pretty much, you know, a lot of stash here. And if you buy something at a premium, it opens up a shared stash, which you can store items across different characters. So we got the basics covered. These quests, let me see if I can find an NPC who's offering a quest. I was running by one a second ago. Where did you go? Hold shift to sprint. You gotta, for a couple seconds, and then it goes away. There he is, there he is, there he is. And sprint's also on a cooldown as well. And this is the quest selection screen. It gives you a little text here, and the rewards are listed below. You get to choose between which one you want. Once again, that's pretty odd and non-traditional, but like I said, you'll get used to it. Another weird thing is down here. These are actually like side quests or bonus quests. It's like a little mini game. If you kill enemies a certain way or a certain type of enemies, or you do something like acquire mods so many different times, you will actually complete these little, I guess, mini quests, side quests down here, and loot just pops out of nowhere, and you know, it's your reward for completing all this. And it lists all the active quests down here, your buffs over here. Of course, here's your mini map, and you could also have a different difficulty setting. You've got normal, nightmare, and hell. Higher difficulty level means stronger mobs, better loot, and you could set that at any difficulty you want, because the, you know, depending, no matter what level you're on, because the game automatically adjusts based on the difficulty you choose and your levels. So you don't have to worry about not being able to do hell until you're past level 50 and whatnot. And then of course they've got the waypoint system. Nothing too great here. And one of the main complaints that I have about this game is the map system. This is just a bunch of nonsense. You really don't have any sense of direction as far as how to get anywhere. Because like right now we're in Monument Station, but if I wanted to go to Monument Approach, you would think that I just simply have to turn left to find it. But as you can see, it's not over here. So there's really no sense of direction when you're in these little quest hub areas, which is what this is. And the game is broken down into quest hub by quest hub, and it has all these. Here we go. We'll go into monitor tunnels. Boom. Oops, I gotta enter in my security code. Let's see, Shift L. This is just a little security feature. That way your game doesn't get stolen. Your account doesn't get stolen. Nobody else can use your stuff. I'll probably change that since I just showed everybody what it was here shortly. But since you don't know my password, it shouldn't be a problem. Combat is pretty fast-paced. Walk around, hold right-click to do your main melee attack. You also can do your left-click. See if I can zoom out here, and it will activate the skill that you have on your left action slot down here. You got plenty of destructibles in here. The mob types range in several different. You've got unique mobs, special elite mobs, and of course your boss mobs. Drop the best loot, but of course those super unique monsters can drop some pretty decent loot too. You can hold F to pick up all items that drop in an area. And I'm going to see if I can. Oh, as you can see, that guy just teleported out of nowhere, which is pretty neat. Got your fat zombies, your chubby lady zombies. My weapons are doing fire damage, which is why you see them kind of catch on fire. Or they explode and die, which is pretty neat. The mob variety is pretty cool too. It varies a lot as you progress through the game. There's a lot of zombies in it, which you will see those pretty much throughout all your levels, but as you progress you will see different kinds of monsters, different types of mobs as far as the way they look and their skills and abilities. And it is all randomly generated each time you go in here. You could get a completely different mob set. And here we go. Here's I think this is an elite monster here. Name denoted in purple, so you know he's a little bit different. And all these effects here are just what happens when you kill the monster. That elite monster, he put out that field of some kind of elemental damage. As long as I was standing in it, I was taking some sort of damage. And since I've got a shield equipped on this Blade Master here, everything's kind of slow to die. I could be killing a lot faster if I'd be dual wielding like I'm supposed to, but let's go back to town real quick. This is a teleport system right here. It's pretty neat. I don't like the casting time on it, but it's okay. And where did it go? I actually don't think I got interrupted. Try this again. Oh no, he's gonna interrupt. Yep. Nope. I got it. Haha. Go back to town and I'll show you a little bit about the talent system. The skills. I believe it's K. Okay. Each class has 3 different tiers, I guess you could say. You unlock different access to different levels of these, ranks of these, as you level up your character. Nothing too special about these. A lot of them are active skills, but there are a few passive. This class is sort of like a paladin because it's got auras and does a lot of melee damage. So it's a melee-based class, of course, dual-wielding melee class. Not going to go over any of the talents over here because really, you know, you could take a look at this yourself if you decide to play this game. But I like the Blade Master. Not saying it's the best class to play for you, but Blade Master melee in your face is my kind of style. So there is also, let me see if I can find this. We got your skills, inventory, world map, experience, maybe? Yes, expertise. This is what you get when you have reached maximum level 50, and I believe this is what you will spend rank points on. I haven't reached level 50 and I've never experienced this, and I believe it was in the original release of Hellgate when it was called Hellgate London. Now it's called Hellgate Global, but like I said, I never spent a lot of time with it, so I never got a character to level 50 to experience any of that. So they have EverQuest 2, I believe, calls it alternate. I don't remember exactly what it was. Alternate advancement, that's what it was. So yeah, there's also got guilds in this game. At one point I was part of a guild, but since oh, yep, looks like I'm still in it. But I have been inactive for such a long time. Been demoted in my rank. I used to be a full member. See if it lists. Nope, doesn't say. Hide offline players. I'm the only one on. This guild, there's not a lot of active players in it anymore. There used to be quite a few, but a lot of people just kind of lose interest after so long. A lot of those players, however, were basically... Ooh, what's this guy? What the heck? Huh. I've never seen that. He's got a little emblem by his name. That is pretty nifty, I guess. But yeah, a lot of people in my guild just kind of lost interest in the game after playing for so long. They barely got to max level and just farmed the crap out of the game and got their characters all the best equipment and just lost interest. But it's all about the item hunt. Like I said, it closely resembles Diablo 2, whereas you just it's all about the item hunt. You know, you go out and kill monsters, kill bosses. I'm gonna see if I can find a little different area to show you these little. And the locations are not too varied. You're either in a town, that little underground basement looking thing that I was just in, or you're in a wide open area, or like a I guess a castle area. Let's go into lower themes. This is like an open city area. Don't know why these doors aren't open. Guess we'll try the catacombs. It's a little bit different scenery. The level design is piss poor at best, but like I said, I'm more about how the game feels and plays, and I enjoy it. The levels can be as repetitive as they want, and I'll still love this game. It's fun and addictive, hack and slash, action, and like I said, I just love the crap out of it. And you can dodge those missiles if you're quick enough. Yes, sir. And as you progress through the levels, you will unlock a few different, I guess you could say, texture sets for the levels. The overall design of them, as far as these tunnels and these kind of closed-in areas, that doesn't change. It's not an open world that you can just explore. Kind of like each little zone is instanced, and you get used to how small the areas are that you have to navigate in. But the variety, although it does lack in variety, it has enough variety to make sure you don't get bored too quickly. But at max level, when you're working on your ranks, I can imagine that it can get pretty old fast after you've pretty much done everything the game has to offer. Initially, though, when you first play this game, if you like Diablo, you'll fall in love with Hellgate. The creators of the original Diablo were actually behind the development of this game. So when it was first released, it was rumored that this was actually going to be Diablo 3. But they had to give it another different name because they were under a different company and they couldn't use copyrighted information. And in my opinion, as crappy as Diablo 3 is, I kind of do consider this my Diablo 3. It's a lot better in pretty much every aspect. These mobs are awesome looking too. Inventory space could be a little bit bigger, or these items could be smaller. I'm tired. It seems like every time I pick up monsters or items from a unique monster or a boss, my inventory is full. So that's a little annoying. But this video is running a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and kill a few more mobs, teleport back to town, and then probably end the video. But for now, I'm just going to play and let you watch.